Do you see Wikipedia's ongoing problem, or with the diminishing number of editors and contributors? Do you think that would be a major obstacle in achieving your strategic objective?
Well, it's important. We've been stable in the number of editors for about 3 years now. Doesn't really go up, doesn't really go down. So we're not too worried about it in some places. We do need to see growth in some languages. For us, it's never going to be about just sheer numbers. We're not going to implement like buttons and little easy ways to participate just to do it. We do want to have a nice on-ramp where it's easier for people to join the community. So we're looking at things like a visual editor, a much more straightforward editing interface like people are used to with a word processor, because we think there are barriers to entry that shouldn't be there now.
Just to get a sense of what your opinion is often what advertisers and social platforms and advertising agencies together are attempting to do in the digital space, because it is quite complex to get to that end user now. What is your sense? You think the world is broadly going the right way, or are they too overawed by technology?
I do think that a lot of people who are working in this space make a lot of mistakes. It is a difficult space for people particularly who come from a real broadcast mindset, who simply think, well, if the product's not that great, it just means we have to spend more marketing. That doesn't work anymore. Ironically enough, just simple word of mouth is much more strong than it ever was before.
True.
Simply because you used to be able to tell 5 people or 10 people, oh, I bought this thing and it's terrible, or I bought this thing and it's great. Now everybody, never mind sort of people with thousands of Twitter followers, but everybody has 500 friends who they can just post one status update to Facebook. So that means that in advertising, right, I think a lot of times advertising agencies should go back to their client and say, actually, you're not ready to spend a lot of money on advertising because your product's terrible. I just saw this commercial for Microsoft Bing, and it was like a really cool kind of hipster commercial, except that it had no authenticity, because you thought, I know lots of cool hipster kids and they're not using Bing, so if you're trying to trick people into thinking that, it's just not working, right? That's an idea of letting the marketing get ahead of the product. First, make the product cool.
To watch more, subscribe to youtube.com/etnowlite.